wander into the kitchen. Hello? Dad?
If you're making coffee, I'll take a cup.
It's 3 in the morning. I'm not making coffee.
You could stay up and watch the sunrise.
I'm too old for that.
Don't say that. You're never too old.
Oh, it's a biological fact. I'd never make it to sunrise. I'd just wake up on the balcony mid-afternoon with a sunburn.
So no coffee.
I don't even have any coffee.
You always have coffee.
I always had coffee for you. Now I don't.
Why?
Because you're dead. You've been for some time.
I guess it's okay about the coffee then. Have you called your brother recently?
Jesse's fine.
You should call him while he's in town.
He's in town for business. And anyway, town is really 2 towns over.
That's still plenty close. Have you avenged my murder?
No.
Why not?
You weren't murdered.
But I was still young.
You caught something fast and rare.
Poison?
You weren't poisoned. It was bad luck. Doctors can do fast and common or slow and rare. You can't do both.
You seem kind of calm about my possible assassination.
We've had this talk before. That must be
kind of boring for you. You might say that. Oh no.
You might say that.
It could be worse. You could be getting haunted by your Aunt Penny.
And Penny is still alive. Do you do this to Jesse too?
I couldn't say.
Because, you're not real. You're just me, slowly going insane at 3 in the morning.
Because what you and I talk about privately is private. Same goes for your brother. You should call him up and ask him.
Jesse doesn't need my baggage.
You guys used to be so close with the Pokemon cards and the movie nights. What happened?
I have a theory.
About who killed me?
About spirits. Now suppose I shine a laser at the wall, okay?
So ghosts are like cats.
I need you to be 10% less hilarious for this part.
Sorry, kiddo.
Okay, so I shine a laser at the wall through a slit, okay? And if I make the slit narrower, I expect to see a narrower light beam on the wall. It makes sense. Until it doesn't. At a certain point, I make the slit narrow enough for quantum effects to kick in. And the beam on the wall spreads out instead of narrowing. So, you see, when the narrow slit narrows, you are getting more and more precise information about the light's position. But there's this uncertainty principle. The more precisely you know the position, the less precisely you know velocity. You know when it leaves the slit, it could be going in any direction. So the light leaves the slit, no longer going straight at the wall, but as a result, it spreads out. Do you hear?
I was with you when this was about cats. Is there a simplified version?
This is the simplified version. The detailed version involves non-communicative algebras. Uncertainty about position times uncertainty about velocity must be bigger than the uncertainty constant h, which is really, really small. So we don't notice it on a human scale.
I miss coffee.
So what if there were a phenomenon where the uncertainty constant were big? Any attempted measurement and poof, it disappears in a fog of uncertainty. Now, You can just see it in the periphery. You see it in the periphery. But if you look at it, you can't see it at all. And you know, it could be a voice maybe you hear. A voice, okay? But the more you focus on the words, the less they feel like sound. It would explain why there's never any evidence of ghosts.
You may have trouble getting research funding for something you can't measure.
Well, in summary, I've been up at 3 a.m. a lot.
Why?
I don't know. You know, it's time to see if I can't get a few hours sleep. Oh, fuck it! This is probably all in my head anyway.
What?
I know what has been waking me up at 3 a.m. We never get to the part of this conversation that matters. You never cared about coin collecting, right?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, obviously you never cared about Pokemon cards. You were humoring me and Jesse. I think I fooled myself with the coin collecting. I thought it was an adult hobby that we shared, but it was just another Pokemon. I got into collecting state quarters like a total plebe. We'd sift through your change each week looking for missing coins. And one day you came home beaming with pride that you found us a 1932 Denver Mint Washington quarter, rubbish condition. You probably found it at the coin shop.
A colleague let me have it after I told them about your undertaking with quarters.
I love that quarter. I don't know where it is. Hopefully with my socks.
Look, when you have a kid, that becomes your hobby. Car seats, cribs, picture books, school funding legislation, Pokemon cards. Just because I cared about something because of you and Jesse doesn't mean I didn't care. It means I cared a great deal.
Well, I'm not complaining. I'm commending. You're a better person than me.
Don't say that.
After you retired, you developed a real passion for fixing up the house. Every conversation was paint swatches or nail gauges or power tool brand loyalty and projects that a man your age had no business undertaking.
I'm still pretty young.
Young at heart. And every project included a campaign to rope me into it. And all I ever had for your projects was a snarky comment like, "Oh, I would think twice before doing that." You were looking for someone to join you in caring. You were looking for me to join you in caring. And I fucking failed. I couldn't be arsed. And that's how we ended our relationship. Me avoiding you. How about that?
Was I ever mad about any of that?
No.
Then don't beat yourself up over it.
I don't think you get a say on that matter anymore.
Who gets a say?
I don't know. Jesse?
Hello, Crow. I got your text.
My text? I didn't. I mean, I'm very sorry if I woke you up.
Oh, no worries. I was up anyway. Figured I was your neighborhood. I should just stop by.
Well, I don't know what to offer. I don't keep any coffee at home anymore.
I know, bro. We can just sit on the balcony and watch the sunrise.
You sure you have time for that?